Hi everybody. I'm recording this video today because, as you know, we're not meeting in class for the first day of class due to the weather conditions. And so there are a few changes in the class curriculum this term and the class organization that I was planning on going over with you in class. And so I created this video so that I could deliver some of that information to you, and you can watch the video in the comfort of your own home. So let's get started. So basically, here I just have 8 points that I want to go over with you that are key to your success this term and understanding some of the changes. And I think that you'll find that most of them are geared towards making the class organized in a way that makes sense, and in creating a few changes in some of the assignments that hopefully will make things easier for you and will make sense to you rather than creating confusion. So let's get started. Number one, we're going to be using Canvas more this term. Canvas for almost everything, so you'll have a more centralized interface with the course. You can go to Canvas for information about the assignments and also assignment instructions and also submission of the assignments and the grading of the assignments. In some cases, you'll be directed outside of Canvas still for materials or submissions, but you'll still find information about how to submit in the assignment tab for that assignment on Canvas. Okay, for example, the informal weekly updates assignment. We've changed the name just to be a little bit more, to be a little bit clearer. This was the progress update assignment. It's now the informal weekly update. It's pretty similar, pretty much the same, except that the emphasis now on the assignment is really on reflection. You'll still submit it in the portal. Your teammates will still be able to view your update, as of course will your manager, you'll grade the completion. But as you'll see in the assignment instructions for that assignment, we've put more emphasis on informal reflection and less on informing your teammates. So for the audience for this assignment, it's really yourself rather than your teammates, because we want to give you a chance to reflect for this assignment. Okay, number 3, biweekly stakeholder email. This was weekly stakeholder email, so obviously we've changed it from weekly to bi-weekly, and it's now due once every 2 weeks. You'll see those due dates and times in Canvas. We've given you more time in many cases for the due dates of assignments, just to give you the absolute last night before we're going to start grading the assignments. So in many cases, it's a Monday 8 a.m. rather than a Friday due date, or a Tuesday 8 a.m. due date. So be sure to catch those and look and make sure you're aware of when the due dates for the assignments are. They're all there in Canvas. Number 4, we've eliminated the progress report assignment. So for the whole year, you'll have just the beginning progress report, number 1, that you did in fall. You'll have another one in spring at the end, but you're not going to have any interim progress report because we want to give you as much time as possible to prepare for your system demonstration assignments. So you'll see that as a change. The grading rubrics, number 5, the grading rubrics have also been simplified. So you'll see those. We'll explain that as well in class as we approach specific assignments. We'll be explaining the rubrics. We've also changed some of the assignments organization, the way that the assignments instructions are organized and formatted to try to make them more clear and to make it obvious how the instructions correlate to the rubrics, how you'll be graded. And we'll also go over these in class, and we'll give some examples for what we expect on the specific assignments, okay? And then number 6, the modules in Canvas. You may be familiar with this if you've been in courses that have used Canvas before. You have modules weeks 1 through 10, starting this week. That will include sort of as a timeline or progression line. the due dates, everything that's due in that week. And then we've also included upcoming assignments that should be on your radar during that week that you should be working on. Even if they're not due in that week, they're going to be on the modules up until the final due date for that assignment. You'll also find the course videos in the videos section on the Canvas module. The syllabus is also on the main page of Canvas, and you'll find links to the videos and assignment instructions still on the syllabus. You'll also still find the reading assignments and due dates on the syllabus. So there's just double information, although the reading assignments will only be on the syllabus still, as well as the lecture topics for the class. You'll still only find those on the syllabus. But the syllabus, again, is there also on Canvas under the syllabus tab, or on the main page. It'll pop up right away on Canvas. A note about that, if a link doesn't open, the Google Docs link does open on Canvas from the syllabus. Other links, because of the embedded, because of the code, they won't appear in the window on Canvas. So if you want to access some of those links directly off the syllabus in Canvas, you may just have to copy and paste because the link is shown there. You just will need to paste it into your web browser. Okay. Number 7. So another tab on Canvas is the assignments tab, and that's where you'll be able to see the point structure and weighting for all of the assignments during the term. I'll show that in a screenshot in just a minute. And then a final note about what we'll be doing in class. We're going to be meeting on Mondays, as before, at 4 p.m., but we'll just have the first hour, 4 to 5 p.m., as our formal class meeting, in which we'll be explaining assignments, giving examples, and doing some practice work on your projects, some time to work with your groups on specific issues related to assignments. And then from, 5 to 5:50, we're going to be having an informal question and answer period. It's not required at all. Some students are not going to be available during that time, we know. So this is an informal office hours. We are going to be staying in the classroom, though, during that time for your questions, workshopping, so that we'll be present there during office hours, even though it's in the classroom, okay? All right, so this is a screenshot of the module page in Canvas. You can see weeks 1 and 2. We've actually included already all weeks 1 through 10, so you can check out what you're going to be working on in some of the different weeks. But we've tried to organize it so it makes sense for what you're actually going to be doing that week. For example, this week we have your informal update for week 2. That's due January 17th. So you could be doing that anytime during this week up until 8 a.m. In the morning on Tuesday, January 17th, when we will be grading it. You're going to have your week 2 email, also due January 17th. So same deal there. That's the weekly stakeholder email. And then you're going to have a quiz on ethics based on your readings on ethics listed in the syllabus and a video listed below. That's also going to be due Tuesday morning of January 17th at 8 a.m. And you can complete that anytime when the quiz is open. Okay, until that due date on your own. So there won't be time to do the quizzes in class. I should mention that's one more change. You'll just be doing them on your own in Canvas. Okay, and then you can see for week 2, we've put the block checkoff on the list because that was moved from week 1 to week 2 because of the snow day. And then you should also be starting to think about all your block checkoffs beginning in week 2. And you can check out those assignment and assignment instructions. We are also going to be talking about the best practices final draft. This is my version of Canvas, so it's blacked out for you because it's not on yours yet. But as I am ready to release that assignment, I'll release it. And we'll also begin talking about it in class on our first class meeting, which will actually be in week 3. But it's on your radar and you start reading the instructions in week 2. Okay, and then you can see I've also included the week two email because that is actually due on that Tuesday, and also the informal weekly update for week 2 is included again in the week 2 module because Tuesday is the 17th. That is actually in week 2. That's the final due date. And so I've also included the week 3 informal update under the module for week 2, and also you'll see the week 4 stakeholder update email listed in week 2 because that's when you can begin working on that if you want to. Okay, so that should be fairly evident as you go check out the modules in Canvas. Then if you go to the assignments tab in Canvas, you're going to see all of the assignments that we've released so far. So there's a few that we haven't released that are going to pop up there. But you should see all of the, what you'll see is the assignment categories with the percentage of your grade for each category, and then all of the assignments that are encompassed in that category and the numbers of points that are going to be given to each one. All right, so here you can see some of them that aren't released yet, so you get a preview of those. But again, you'll be notified as they're released, and you can see the point structure on the assignments page. All right, so that's everything that I wanted to go over with you today. And please do email us and ask questions because we're not going to see you formally in class until week 3. So I hope this video was helpful for you. And again, I hope you do email and ask questions because that could be beneficial not just for you, but for your teammates and for the whole class. Thanks a lot, and we're looking forward to working with you this term. Bye-bye.